Hey, hello everyone. Uh, am I audible? Hello Badal, hello Trending Vision. Hello Tej, hello Heman Kumar. 91 watching. Can you guys just get like 150? Why there is okay. Okay, let me just stop my screen share. Okay. Now you can see me full screen. Hello everyone. Good evening, good evening. So how are you guys? Just tell me in the chat how are you? Hello from Pakistan, Mohammed. Oh, hi, Mohammed. Just a second. Junaid. Hi, Junaid. Kunal. Hi, Pinky. Hi, Raghunath. Hi. Hi, Mohammed Ali. Vineet. Okay. I'm just not able to like. Oh, hi. इतना फास्ट चैट चल रहा है आई कांट मैं नाम नहीं ले पा रहा है एक एक का. Hello everyone. By the way, hello. My name is Sandesh Lakshman Evle. I am from Special Initiatives Team. Let's Upgrade. So let me just give you a brief about the program. कि ये program क्या है? What is this program? What is this all about? How to mark attendance? How to fill assignments? All your queries. I'm going to solve all your queries in a minute. Just give me your introduction. Where are you from? Where are you from, guys? Joining. Oh, Andhra, Madhya Pradesh. Oh, nice. Ayyappa Reddy is saying he's from Andhra Pradesh. Oh, just don't spam, buddy. You are like spamming. I'm from Andhra. I'm from Andhra. I'm from Andhra. Okay. Hyderabad. I can see some Hyderabad, Bihar, Assam, Gujarat, Rajasthan, West Bengal. Oh, I think we are getting like all over India. Okay. Karnataka, Maharashtra, Mumbai. Hey. Hello, Nana Sachava. Where are you from, Mumbai? I am sitting in Vashi actually. So probably we can meet. Mumbai guys, please make some noise in chat. Mumbai guys, all the Mumbai guys. Hyderabad, London. Vinit Parmar is joining from London. Okay, that's it. Done with the introduction and all the things. So let me just give you a brief about this program. I'm sharing you the screen. Can you guys able to see my screen? Okay, it is visible. So there is a one link in a description of your chat, Oshin or me. Let me just share this. Okay, you can see the one link in description. Just go to the one link. You can see something like this. This is our my program page of deep learning. So I'm just going to tell you how to mark your attendance, how to submit your assignments, and all other your queries. Just queries. If you have any other query other than that, then just message me or just chat message in the chat, message me in the chat. I'll try to solve that. So basically how to mark your attendance, just go to the one link you and scroll down a bit. You can see day one, Python deep learning. Let me just refresh. Why can't I see? Just give me a second. Okay. So now you can see this toggle mark attendance. Just click on this. Go to the one link. Enroll if you are not enrolled yet. Like three or five simple steps, and you're done. So go to the one link. Enroll if not enrolled yet, and you can see the mark attendance toggle in front of your day one. Okay, done. Just click on this toggle. and just give the rating of, like, out of 10, how much you like the session, how much you like the learning. I'm just giving 10. I love the essential program, so I'm giving it 10. And guys, if you're liking the session, please give this ये इसमें सब 10 10 10 10 भर दो. And if you are interested in our 6 months full stack program, then just click yes or no, whatever you like. And if you think there are some improvements, just click on like anything you want and submit your assignment. After submitting the assignment, you just need to go here, refresh this page. Okay. Sorry, I think my net is just. It is refreshing, guys. Please wait. Sorry for my internet. Although am I audible now? Just wait. Okay, forget that page. You can see something like this. This is the bar. So whenever you mark your attendance, this progress bar will increase. And once you get like 50% of your progress done, this is the 50% mandatory. When you get done with 50% of your progress, you can download the certificate. But keep in mind, if you want to download the certificates are available after the completion of program. So don't spam in the chat of day 3 day 4 के certificate नहीं मिल रहा, but we have completed the 50% mark. Just remember, you need to pass the 50% progress bar, and the certificate will be available after the completion of program. Done. You got the point of getting a attendance mark. Okay, so this is all about the attendance. And if you want to, like, we have assignments, we have day 3 and day 4 assignment, and day 4 or day 5 you need to just give the project. So you need to perform the project by yourself and submit it. Okay, then you will get something like this is the expired assignment date, because we have like 5 days to submit your assignment. So submit your assignment within 5 days, otherwise you will not able to submit your assignments. You will get one toggle here to submit your assignments. If you have assignments, please submit that on day 3 and day 4. As I said, day 3 and day 4 will have assignments. Okay, so this is all about progress bar, and this is all about certificate. Once you are able to download the certificate, you will get this download certificate button. Just click on that. You will need 50 LU coins, but you don't need to worry about the 50 LU coins, because after attending every day, when you fill the attendance form, you will get 10 LU coins by default. So if you attend the 5 days, total 5 days of our bootcamp, then you will be getting like 50 LU coins for free. So you don't need to worry about के LU coins कहाँ से ले, LU coins कहाँ से मिले. But there is one but. If you are liking this program, keep in that mind. If you're liking this program, if you think this program will be helpful to your friends, your family, or someone who wants to learn something like Java, HTML, anything, then please refer your friends this program. You can just let me just close this. You can just click on this toggle, and you will get all the referral links. And if someone joins from your referral link, if he's new to let's upgrade, you will get up to 70 LU coins. And if you're saying like 50 LU coins are enough for certificate, then why I want more 70 LU coins? So if you get like 70 LU coins, and you can see the leaderboards, if you top the leaderboard, you can get exciting rewards. There are more monthly rewards than you can think. So this is all about refer and earn your LU coins. This is all about your attendance. This is all about your assignments. So anything else? Assignment link is not opening, sir. You can just refresh it. I think, yeah. So you can see something toggle like this, attendance mark. So you just click on this. I have marked my attendance. That's why it's showing that attendance marked. If you have not marked your attendance, please make sure to mark your attendance daily. Okay. Someone, oh, we got 290 people. I don't realize that. Nice. This is something I want to do. 219. Can we get like 300? Can you guys do that? I am sharing this program with all my friends. Make sure you also do that. So I'm not taking like more of your time. I'm just gonna explain you about full stack programs, and Gopal sir will carry on. Just let me. Okay. So there are two of our full stack program. Now, what is the full stack program? Full stack program is a job guarantee support. If you'll get 100% support for your job placement, okay, our website is down. This is something like when someone do the prank. Let me just check. I hope it's working. Okay, let's forget about the page. I'll explain you here. So, what is the full stack program? Full stack program is a full-fledged program where we will teach you about front end, back end in web development. If you want to learn about data science, there is like a lot of things you can learn in data science from DSA. DSA is data structure algorithm. Then what is data science, machine learning, AI, deep learning, everything you can learn in data science program. In full stack program you can learn about how to make the front end, how to run the back end, everything. After getting completing your full stack program, we have 100% support for your job. Like we will try to make a worthy candidate, so you can go to any interview and get placed. Go to any interview, get placed. That confidence we will give you. And one more thing about the full stack program: if you enroll now, there is only 6 months to complete your program. After 6 months you have a PGP certificate, and which is like something which will add you like 300 400% weightage to your current resume and thing. Where is that assignment link? Karma, you can just check the one link in yeah, description. I think we have like some problem with website. Just wait for some time. I'll update you about this in description. So just don't spam here. I think we have some issue with website. So just ignore that for now. You can mark your attendance after some time. So I'm getting late, and let me just give you a brief about hey, kya hai full stack wala program. So you can just enroll here. You can talk to us if you have confusion about what should I do. I'm a student. I'm working professional. What should I do? Should I do full stack development, or should I do data science full stack program? So if you have any queries, just go on this page. Not now, because as you know, we are down on website. So don't go now. Just wait for some time. We will go there, and just click on this. You can just click on this and go to our WhatsApp. Why this is showing me in some other language? Okay, ignore that also. And just send this message. After sending this message, one of our teammate will contact you. One of our, or you can just as you can see, you can just join the counseling, where we'll take all your problems, take all your queries, and try to solve that. Okay, that's it from my side. Let me just give you an introduction to Gopal sir.
Thank you.
Hi,
Oh,
Gopal sir, how are
that's
you?
not fair at all. You just caught me off guard. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay. You should have actually, like you are bringing me in the audience, but yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
So,
I
hello,
was
everyone.
immediate.
Thank you so much for joining in, firstly. Okay. So, please excuse my background. Please excuse my appearance right now. Okay. But apart from this, I'm not going to let you down in the learning part, that I can promise. And I think we should start right as soon as
Okay.
possible.
Before starting, I have something. So, Gopal sir, one question. What we are going to learn in these 5 days? Can you just give me a brief about what we can learn in these 5 days?
Sure. So for the very first day, we'll be learning about the Python programming, like in general, not in a detailed manner, of course, because you can never master a language in a day. And after that, we'll be learning about some machine learning systems, which on the day
Okay.
two, and on the day three, we'll be making some analogy, because you need to have some basic understanding about how exactly the machine learning works, the how exactly the loss works and everything. So this will just gonna come on the second day. On the third day, you will be learning about how exactly you can transfer that knowledge of machine learning to deep learning, and you'll be building models onto that, like the neurons, and some cool stuff will just gonna happen. And after that, like on the fourth day, you'll be making much, like you'll be diving somewhat deeper into the TensorFlow and Keras, and on the fifth day, you'll be dealing with two projects. It's kind of a hello world project in deep learning, and for regression and classification, that's it.
Okay, so
Okay.
we are having two projects. That was also news for me. So can you guys just spam the heart or fire emoji, anything you want, because we are having two projects. It's huge. And if you want to like have more essentials like this, go and enroll other essentials, and make sure to like this stream. uh, and one small request, can you guys get like 300 live watching? Just share this stream to everyone, share this stream to everyone you have in your WhatsApp chat. So bye bye, I'm not taking your more time, I'm just leaving you with Gopal sir. Bye Gopal sir, have a
Thank
nice
you.
session.
Hey, Gopal, you popped up.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Hey, everyone. Hello, Abhishek. Hello, Jatin. Hey, Gopal, you popped up. I don't know, like, if I'm popped up or not, like, but I do lift here and there. Let's focus on the class. The site will be back soon. Okay. All right. Attendance link is not opening. Okay, so I'll be taking your 1 or 2 minutes more. Okay, and I would like to know. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sushma. Hello, Megha. Hello, Shankar. Hello, Colorado. Hello, Sawa. You I'm doing really great, यार. आप बताओ आप कैसे हो? And hello, Bikram. Hello, Madhva. So sanitary issues is there. Sanitary? I don't really get it. Hello, Anjali. Literally, like, hello everyone, honestly, like, hello everyone, and let's begin, like, whatever we actually want to do, like, in this session, like, honestly speaking, I don't really have a threshold for this. It can even go beyond 1 hour, so it depends upon your, like, the satiated point, like, where exactly you start to feel satiated. So yeah. Okay, so let me first share my screen with you guys. um, okay, all right, let's do this. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right? Is it or is it not? Okay. So now what you need to do here, let's go here for the collab notebook. Like, do not ask any questions right now. I know, like it's kind of a dictatorship, but don't ask any questions right now. Just follow along. Okay. And go into this collab notebook and click on this new notebook button. Okay. And I'm just gonna explain what exactly this is. Hello. Is it, yeah, it is visible to me. Thank you so much, Birkhoff, for confirming that. And now, what exactly this entire environment is all about, let's try to figure this out first. And I would like to also know how many of you have coded in Python before, like in any programming language per se, like not specifically for the Python, but maybe like C, C++, Java, JavaScript, even PHP. So just let me know in the chat while I'll be triggering some of my tools here on my machine. All right. Okay. There you go. So C, Python, Java, and so okay, all right. So like I don't really think like uh how should I say, C and Python, Monica, Python, basics. That is great. Okay, and how many of you have never coded in their entire lifetime? Never, like, don't even know what exactly the coding is. Whoa, someone's like Aisha is here with C, C++, Java, HTML, CSS, SQL, Python basics. That is great. And even Ashwarya, like, okay, so like I guess we do have some amazing audience here who does possess amazing knowledge too, right? So, but sir, how are you? Shorjeep Datta. Hey, Shorjeep, what's up? I hope like I'm referring to the right Shorjeep here because I have mentored you like maybe like in Let's Upgrade, right? So HTML is not a programming language. Firstly, it's a markup language. CNCPP. All right, so we do have like a few, not a few, but a lot of people here like who have coded before, like in even in different languages. So let's see. Okay, let's begin. Shall we? Okay. So first, like this entire environment is a cloud environment or a virtual environment. You can even consider this as a hardware virtualization. So what you do, like you have two ways, like right now, or like maybe like in the last decade, like it has actually changed dramatically the cloud environment for even for the programming scenario. But what you can do here, like either you can actually install Python in your local machines, like in your physical machines or on your laptop, or you can run your Python code without having to install anything on your machines. And I'm just gonna go with the second one because the reason is like it will just gonna save a lot of time. It will just also gonna save a lot of headache too, like because you won't be dealing with those installations and libraries at all. And after that, yeah, you can actually get started really fast. Okay, so yeah, let's start. Americans. Do we have a? Oh, I don't think so. Like, please, like, if we have Americans, please make some noise. All right, so let's actually begin this. So, in order to have a machine, right, what exactly do you need in your computer? A RAM and a ROM, right? So, a ROM is basically your, you like your hard disk storage, or like HDD device. Okay, so like if I connect this, so this will just gonna connect to a cloud storage. Cloud storage, you can consider cloud storage like you can storing some value, or not some value, but some sort of data on the cloud, like even without having to install or having to install any kind of physical devices to your system, right? So now if I hover over it, so you can see I've got here RAM and disk. Or like if I zoom in a bit, okay, like you can see here, we've got here RAM of 12.68 GBs, and we've got here the disk of 37.01 GB, like which is occupied or preoccupied in this case, and the entire disk space which we have here is 107.72. All right, so okay, and now you can even change the name, like it's quite easy, just tap on this, okay, and even like you can tap it entirely, and now you just type here Python basics. Okay, so let's actually try to understand what exactly the Python programming is and what exactly the programming is in the first place. So here, if I may ask, what exactly the language is? Because when we talk about Python programming language, it constitutes three words here, right? Python programming and language. But Python is the name of the language, right? But what exactly the programming language means here? That be something actually decipher about maybe like in 5 minutes. So as I'm communicating with you right now in English, right? So that the communication medium right now, or my way of propagating my thought process onto your thought process, I am doing all of this by communicating with you in English, right? So this English is enabling me to communicate with another human being, given that that human brain can interpret the semantic or some sort of meaningful information or expressions from my sentences. If I'm asking somebody like, how are you? Definitely, there will be a case like, if you know the English, you will be responding back to me like, I am fine, right? Okay. So similarly, in a very same analogy, we have multiple languages to understand, like to communicate with the computers. Right now, I'm referring computer as a machine, like you can refer it as you prefer, but right now I'm just referring this as a computer. So when we refer this as a computer, and when we see like we want to communicate our thought process, some set of informations that we might wanna like get performed by a computer, we do it with the help of programming. Okay, and those set of instructions can be furthered, can be labeled as an algorithm, right? I hope I have made myself clear here about Python programming and language. So programming language is a medium to communicate with the computer with a certain set of instructions, right? And in order to carry out a task, let us say if I want to write a program which calculates addition of two numbers, how exactly I'm going to go about it? And why only about addition? Why can't I just do multiplication, like even exponential operations, like so on and so forth. So to enable everything like this, we definitely need programming. And why exactly? Because obviously it is much faster than the human brain, right? So let's brief it about this Python programming. Like in this session, I'm not gonna go like more than this session, like okay, because it's more than I guess will be enough. Okay, and honestly speaking, like we don't really have that much bandwidth either, because when we are covering up deep learning in 5 days, we out to like remove some of the stuff which is not that important and which does not may play that much significant role in this 5 days journey. Having said that, let's start with our very first program. Okay, so in this case, let us say the Python programming or any programming language or any language per se for the programming, like when it actually comes to the programming realm, it actually begins with the topic called variables and data types. What exactly those are? So variables are nothing but a container or a box that stores some sort of value with a data type. So I can, let us say I have got here, let's say, like, four boxes or three boxes here. Okay, let's say I've got here three boxes. Oh, not like this though, not the filled ones, not at all. Okay, so let's say we've got here red, we've got here yellow, we have got here green. Let's say, okay, and the yellow ones, we have, suppose we have here apples. Okay, and the yellow ones we can have lemons. I hope lemon is a fruit, right? I guess it is. I don't really know, but please excuse my, I mean, like, botany knowledge here. So I guess it is a fruit. And in the last one we can have grapes. Okay, and this is actually, you can consider these boxes as containers. Okay, and this is kind of a, like, the data which we are storing in these containers. And what if now, like, we can literally name, like, we cannot literally call them like, hey, red box, yellow box, or green box. Why don't actually we put stick over them, or like we can also have a name? So why don't I do this, like A, B, or L? I can actually name it as L and G. Okay, and if I also write here, like let's say 100, this box contains 100 apples, this box contains 20 lemons, and this box contains 35 grapes. I know, like, it's a really lame expression of me giving grapes is equal to 35 because they usually come in a bunch. But it's fine because it's usual for me to be lame most of the times. Okay, but when we say here A is equals to 100 and L is equals to 20, and I say G is equals to 35, right? So I can literally represent this entire box structure or this container structure in the format of this variability, right? And if I again project, if I zoom in a bit, this A has a certain data type. In this case, those data will be what, like apples, right? And in this case, these will be lemons, and these will be grapes, right? Okay, no more brainer. Okay, so now let's actually define some of those here as well. Okay, so all you need to do here is, like, connect this first, and you can actually rewrite this entire thing here. And now if I put here A is equals to 100, that is, you just initiated a variable, right? Okay, and let's run this. So now I'm just going to make this analogy with the English language because it will just going to resonate with your brain as well, or the mindset or the mind share you usually share with the language you may have been speaking for a longer period of time. So as I'm speaking right now, a lot of words, like, none of them I actually invented when I'm speaking this language, English, right? Okay, like apple, for instance, I just read it when I was born, maybe uh, not born, of course, but maybe when I was a toddler, or maybe like more than a toddler, like 5 or 6. That is where I came to know about what apple means. But I just consumed it because I assumed, like, this is something which exists in the language of English and it has a certain semantic meaning to it, right? Which means whenever I say apple, there will be a red object, a round red object. In that case, we're just gonna, gonna represent, or we're just gonna manifest in my mind, and I can just imagine an apple. Similarly, for Hindi, the Hindi we actually call it same, right? So my native language is Hindi, right? So I say, but like whatever I actually have, like, again, the same, I never invented that word, but it does have some sort of semantic information to it. So in the very similar way, we've got few keywords, we have got few functions or inbuilt functions in Python or in any language right now. Like, you just go ahead and find, like, any language, and you're just gonna have those functions. Similarly, in Python, we have print function. Not only this, like, we have got, like, literally a lot of those, but right now I'm just making a print function here. In order to print this, we will just gonna invoke this function like this, and we're just gonna pass that argument here. Let's say print day. Quite an easy task, right? Not so hard so far. Okay. And now let me actually go back here. Mm-mm. Okay, do we have geometry, Norman sky? Good evening. Do we? I'm just taking like. I got. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, so now that was your like I can also zoom in a bit. I guess like this will be much better, right? I just noticed like it is quite small. Okay, so now this is your variability, the way you actually define variables. All right, and not only this, this entire structure, like how exactly I am running it. So in order to run this, either you can press not press shift return, or like in this case I have shift return. And I guess like like right now I have a Mac. I don't really recall what exactly the command is for the Windows. I guess it should be shift enter instead of return. Okay. And yeah, so just do this and it will be just we're just gonna run. Okay, whatever the time. And you can also do this by here. Okay, but when you do, like, let's say if I want to print, let's say 2, and if I run shift enter or shift return, it will also gonna create new cell. I will gonna explain what exactly this is. A new cell just beneath the above one, like just beneath the above one. So in this case, if I say here, this entirety, like this and this, like these are called cells. And each cell can have n number of instructions. Okay, and like literally n number of instructions. I'm not going to go with the indefinite though, because you should not have indefinite. Firstly, if you make your code gigantic and in just one like big one cell, it is hard to read. Firstly, okay, so there are some certain rules which you need to follow whenever you're writing a code, like whenever you are writing code in any language. Right now I'm not going to do any dive into that context, but just letting you know. Okay, and any number of cell, like this is your cell 1, cell 2, and cell 3. And if you want to run these cells like individually, you can just go here. You can also click on these buttons here, the play buttons you can see here, right? And now, okay, so that was about this one. Okay, and now what if now, like if you want to have some sort of heading for your code just below this heading, like let's say if I want to do this, I can just write here variables like this. New section, I can just write here variables, sorry, and data types. There you go. Right. There you go. Like it's quite easy. Okay. And now if we talk about this variables and data types, similarly, what if I want to perform some sort of arithmetic operations? Well, certainly you can with the help of this Python interpreter. Okay, you can perform arithmetic operations too. So if I do 2 multiplied by 2, right, it will just gonna give me 4. If I do 2 plus 4, it will just gonna give me 6. Okay, and if I do 6 multiplied by 6, it will also gonna give me 36. Like it's not a big deal. But the like less, or I would say less famous, are like, let's say if I do 5 modulus 2, what exactly this will gonna give me? So it's a remainder operator. So it gives you a remainder, right? So the remainder will be 1 here, right? So therefore you will just gonna have 1. And also you also have a division operator. We actually have 2 division operators here in Python. So if I do 5 divided by 2, it will just gonna give me 2.5, right? And if I want to remove this fractional part of this digit of this number, or of this number, I can just do this 5 double slash 2, or 5 forward slash 2 two times. So it will just gonna give me the integer value of that value, or like of that like operation, or this expression, to be specific. Okay, and last but not the least, we also have that like like exponential operator too. So it will be your asterisk, double asterisk. So there you go. 4 square, so it is 16, right? Okay. And yeah, so these are your arithmetic operations. Okay. And now, so we are done with the variables and arithmetic operations. Now, the naming convention of the variables is quite like important to understand first, because let's say for our earlier example for apples, right? So if I write here a is equals to 100, right, and if I write here apples is equals to 100, which one is more meaningful to you? Right, I believe the second one, right? Because when I'm writing apples is equals to 100, definitely it literally clicks in the mind like, okay, this variable stands for the apples, and like we are storing some information about apples here. But on the other hand, when we talk about a is equals to 100, it's quite vague. It's totally vague, not even quite. Like it's literally vague. We don't really even know like what exactly A stands for. Maybe a toddler can tell, like when you say, hey, A for, like maybe he and she can literally, like, rhyme with you, apple, right? But in that, like when since you are not a toddler, like I am assuming we don't have a prodigy here in this session on this in this YouTube chat, right? Like who is 6 year old and still like started to learn Python programming. I hope so. I am not against that, but that will just gonna question my existence, right? Like I'll be questioning my existence then. Okay, what I was doing at 6 then. Okay, moving on. Jokes apart. Okay, so for this one, we need to understand how exactly we can actually give these names to our variables. So that is where the need actually arises for having a certain set of rules in order to determine or in order to give a variable it's a name, like a semantic name or a meaningful name that literally have some sort of you know expressional value to it. So for that, I am just going to list out a few, like so sorry. Okay, my pen is not working as usual. Why it is not working? Okay, just a sec. Okay, now it is working. All right, so let us say for this one, the very first one you have to take care of is the name should be meaningful. All right, and second, okay, like you can see this example here, or I can make it more apparent by removing the, what just happened? Okay, okay, this is weird. Okay, the, by remove the, I can just have this as a variable. Variable name should be meaningful. Please like apologies for my handwriting and apologies for my messy structure of my sentences too. Okay, even for the like even for the future, for 4 days, like that is how. Okay, so sorry for that in advance already. So variable name should be meaningful. Like you can see, like the above, like this one is awake, and this is like it's quite meaningful, right? So you can get like what exactly I'm trying to make a point here. And the second one, a variable name can never, it is not even should, can never start with a number, though it can end with a number. Okay, variable name can never start with a number. Just remember this. And though it can end with a number. Okay, so if I start this, like let's say 100, or like 100 is equal, or like 100 apples. So this is a pause, like this is a point where you should pause and see like what exactly is going on, because this might be your very first error in this case. So this error reads syntax error, invalid syntax. So this invalid syntax, you can make this invalid syntax analogy with your grammar of any language. So let us say when I say how are you, I know what am I trying to, like if I say what is your name, right? So like based on some grammatical rules, based on some whatever the like no, I wouldn't say hypothesis, but whatever the whatever the rules or the those tenses you may have studied so far, based on those rules, like when a person forms a sentence called "What is your name?" you ought to respond your name, like in journal. And when you say like whatever your name is, like in this case, like somebody asked me like what is your name, I could just respond back like in Gopal. Okay, so but that statement was quite grammatically not correct. But when I say like let us say but when I say the sentence in a jumbled up word, like let's say instead of saying like what is your name, instead of saying what is your name, and if I literally jumbled up all those words, like if I say name is what your, you'll be like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? Literally, right? So that is your brain not being able to interpret the statement being made by some another human being, right? So you actually have a syntax error or a grammatical error in your brain because your brain is not being able to comprehend, maybe can, but assume you have a limited intelligence, not a superhuman intelligence. Just for now, assume it. Just for now, assume it. I know you'll be able to interpret. Your brain is like has billions of neurons, right? Like definitely they will just gonna fire up and will just gonna make connection, and you will just gonna recognize in a second like, hey, okay, maybe I need to tell my name. That is what he or she may be asking. But let's not take an ideal condition or like a situation. Consider like your brain is not capable enough to interpret those words like automatically. Now you are just stuck. But in this case, this is the invalid syntax or the syntax error for your brain. You are not being able to interpret what exactly the statement was all about, the expression was all about. Okay, I hope you are getting my point there. Okay, so therefore, this syntax error actually reads what? Invalid syntax. Okay, I hope this is fine. And now the second point which I made, like though it is fine to have numbers after the variable, so that is totally correct. If I do this, this is totally fine. You can see, right? Okay. And now, not only this, mhm, what if we can have a let us say if I want to have a name called Mary has four. Mary has roses. Like if I say like there's a girl called her name is Mary. Okay, and now she has four roses. How exactly you will gonna make Mary and also gonna like take care of all the scenarios which is basically right now occurring in that situation and can create a variable out of it. So that you have got this option. Mary has flowers as four. But there is a problem with this approach. What exactly the problem here I can see here? The problem with this is it is not readable. Although I may have actually said it out loud, that is why you may be able to read it. But let us say the word was let not the word. Let us say the word was the longest English word. What exactly it is? I guess like I guess like it caused by the silica dust, right? The longest English word. It is pneumono ultra microscopic silica volcaniconiosis, right? That is the longest English word, and I got it right in one go. Okay, and what if that is the word like that actually has 40 characters in it. Okay, and now how exactly like it is almost impossible if you don't know the word, and again it's almost unreadable. And believe me, you will be dealing with such variables when you will be dealing with some when you'll be dealing with some real world scenarios. Well, in that case, this really doesn't help. So what you can do, you can add or you can take help of snake case initialization variable method. So what you can do here, instead of doing this, I can just like Maddie, I can just do this. After each word, I can just put an underscore. That is your snake case, right? Okay, and when I run this, shift return. There you go. So which one do you think like is more readable in this case? The first one or the like the former one? That sorry, the latest one, the former one. Just let me know. Okay, do we have any questions? We can use cable case, put underscore between words. Yeah, this video resolution fine with me. Shift and okay, I don't. Okay, let me actually check like for a minute or two how to open the same page you have opened. We don't really. Okay, we don't really have any questions here. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so for this one, I can have some water, please. Okay. Okay, so this is something that we can actually go with. All right, so that was your second rule, which you can take as a consideration. Last but not the least, you cannot have any special characters within the name. If I write here apple and I put an ampersand, not an ampersand, but it's a it's a at the rate sign, right? Apple, and if I do this, there you go. We will be having syntax error, right? So can't assign to operator, right? So this is something screwed up. So we can't really use this, right? So this is something you can also take as a note. All right, so this is enough for the variability and the naming convention as goes as in the realm of Python programming. It is fine with right now as of now. And now let's talk about the data types. We did talk about like the data, like the variables and everything, but we haven't talked about data types in journal, right? Like we did talk about those apples, oranges, and kiwis, or maybe like grapes. But what about actual data types of Python? What to do in that case, right? Well, in that case, you can just have four. Like we actually have two types of data types in Python. The very first one we have here. Oh, just a sec. I think it is taking way too much time. Okay, this is somewhat okay. Now it is working. So we have got two types of data types here. The first one we have here is the primitive one, and second we have here is non-primitive, like obviously. Okay, primitive ones we have here as int. I'm just gonna go for each one of those: int, float, bool, and string. And for the non-primitive, we have got containers and data structures. So for those, we have list, tuples, sets, dictionaries, frozen set, okay, DQs, and so on and so forth. Like we have got a lot of them, but we will be talking about mostly about these four here, because the other ones are basically generated from these four. So we were just gonna stick with the basics here. And but what about the int, float, bool, and str? So let's actually talk about with the code. I don't really prefer there. Okay, so let's actually talk about with this certain mechanism about the code, like how exactly it will be helping us. So when I write here 1.0 and when I write here 1, so in this case, this is a floating value. I have a rationale for that. Why exactly this is a floating value? And this is an integer value. Okay. And floating values are continuous values. And integer values are discrete values. Just remember this. So when I say floating values are continuous values, and if I project a question in front of you and I say, how many numbers do you see between 1 to 5 here? And how many numbers do you see between 1 to 5 here? Just take a moment and answer this question. The first one, I'm just going to take this as a first case study, and or the second, like no, not a case study, but the first situation and the second case or the second situation. How many numbers do you see in this one? Like there should be a difference between, because both of those actually falls for the number game. Like float is also a number, and integer also is a number, right? But how exactly they differ from each other, right? Okay, so if you can answer this question, I will gonna answer this question maybe like in a minute or two, but I can actually make this as a brain teaser for you guys as well. Okay, so when I say 1.0 to 5.0, what exactly the number is here? Okay, I would like to know your response in this case. Please tell me. I'm just going to open up the chat here. Yeah, I'll be teaching. Yeah, it will be a somewhat a longer, Uh, uh, uh. Anyone? Come on. I would say here 50. 50. Okay, people are actually float minus 50 and minus 5. Okay. How exactly 50? Infinite numbers. For which one? Please put case as well. Okay. Is there any way we can override this rules for naming variables? We can. 50. People are actually going off with the 50. I don't really understand why. Okay. So, like in this case, if I write here, like, mm, floating points are also referred as non-terminating points too. Some contexts. Like if I say here 1 over 3, it's a non-terminal value. 0.33333, like it can literally go for the eternity. Okay, just focus here. Okay, so the in this case the number of values will be infinite, not 50, guys. Okay, and for this one we will be having 5. That's it. That is the answer. Okay, and now for the boolean value, what exactly the boolean value is? So your boolean values are basically for determining if a statement or if a condition is true or false. So when I write here boolean, like let's say a is equals to, like let us say if I write here 5 greater than 2, certainly it will be a true statement, right? When I write 2 less than 5, certainly it will also be true. Okay, like okay. When I say 5 greater than 10, it will be a false. So these are called operators, and these are called specifically relational operators. Okay, and now second one, uh, we also have operators for these. Like if I say 1 is equals to 1, so this is an equivalent operator. It basically determines if both entities on left hand side and right hand side are equal or not. Okay, so for this case it will be true. And we also have not equals to, like this one, not equals to. When I say 1 not equal to 2, is it is also true because it is certainly is not equals to true, right? Okay, and next one which we have here is, let us say, yeah, I think we are good with this one. Then we have greater than equal to and less than equal to. I guess like everyone is familiar with those as well. So those are your relational operators. Now coming to the next part here. Okay, last but not the least, we've got here strings. What exactly your strings are? So string is nothing but the concatenation of characters. Focus here. I'm not saying English characters. I'm saying characters in general. String can be anything which enclosed by single quote, double quote, or triple quotes. Okay, and anything which falls between these quotes will be referred as a string. And each quotation system has its own, like benefits and pros and cons. And like let's actually not get into those right now. So let's define each one of those and see how exactly both will go, like all of those will just gonna work. Okay, and now let us say we've got this here, okay, so apples is equals to 100. Let's say age is equals to, let's say, 25.6 or 5. And also let us say the condition, if I say 5 greater than 2, And last but not the least, statement or sentence. Let's actually name this as sent. And if I say I am Iron Man, right? These are the values which we have right now for each data type. The first one we have as an integer. Second we have as a floating point. Third we have here as a boolean. The fourth one we have here as a string. Now, if I want to have a sanity check for each of my variable, like which one in this case, like we're gonna have which kind of data type. I could be lying right now, right? So if I say here type of apples, you can see it is an integer. Okay, and we have also here type of age will be a floating point. Okay, all right, and now, okay, okay, so that is your basics of, like, the way actually the data type you can actually consider, or you can see. Mm. Last but not the least, for this basics here, we also have here relational operators, as I suggested you before. So if I say 3 greater than 2, it will be true. If I say 2 less than 1, it will be false, right? If I say 1, 2 is equals to 2, again will be true. If I say 2 not equals to 3, it will be true, because certainly it is not true. Like, certainly it is not true. If I say 3, let us say 3 is greater than equal to 3, well, it will be true, because certainly it is not, like, it is partially true, but again it is true, right? Because now we are considering the upper limit as well. And similarly can be stated as for the less than equals to as well. Okay, and so these operators are again your relational operators. All right, and that is the very basics of Python which we have covered. Now coming to the second part which we have here will be referred with the functions. Okay, and as we go further, we will just gonna dive deeper into the classes as well. Don't worry about it. Somebody asked me here, like, if I will be making clear about the oops concepts or not clear. Like, I will, because when we'll be dealing with the TensorFlow, when we'll be dealing with the Keras, you need to have understanding about how exactly the class actually works, or the object oriented programming actually works in general. So in today's session, I'll be signing off while completing till functions. Okay, I think that should actually give you a basic understanding about like how exactly it works. But as we progress, I promise you guys, you'll be having a better understanding about the Python in general as well. Right now, it is all about till functions, but in next session, we'll be talking about machine learning, because that is something we actually gathered here for, right? Like how exactly the system actually works, the supervisor, reinforcement, and everything. We'll be talking a lot about cool stuff like neurons and how exactly the mathematical functions. We can actually make an analogy with the neurons here. So that is something you can always hope for. Like, we're just gonna come out in a better way. But right now, we're just gonna go with the functions here. So what exactly your functions are? Let's see. So when we talk about functions, so functions are a way which enables a coder or a programmer to make his or her code less repeatable. Like, it basically follows a rule called DRY, dry, do not repeat yourself, or don't repeat yourself. How? Let's see. If I want to, let's say if I want to, like, multiply, or like, let's say, uh, I know, like, we haven't covered the conditional part yet, which we will. Okay, but in this case, mm-mm, I guess, like, we can actually first, we should actually cover the the conditional part, then we can actually go with the functions. So sorry for that. So conditions. So if we talk about the conditions too, we can actually go with the. I can actually show you with the Python statements. Okay, and no docs. So it actually falls for the control flow. Okay, we will gonna talk about this, but let's actually focus upon here. Let's actually have our focus here in this case. Okay, so what exactly a condition is? So a condition can either be false or or it can be true. So in this case, this is again a function called input. Like input basically takes an input from the user end, and now we are performing here the typecasting here, right? And in this typecasting, what we are saying, like, because what happens, like when I do this, let's say if I do input and if I enter a number called, like, let's say 34. Oh, not like this. Oh, my bad, my bad, not like this. Okay, so if I remove this and if I say input and if I say 34, you can see, okay, and I can actually store that value, like let's say value as an input. If I run this, if I say 34, and if I say type of that value will be what? str. And 34, let's say value is greater than 50. If I perform, or like 1. So you can see here the value has a data type of str, whereas 1 certainly has a data type of integer, right? Okay, so in this scenario, we've got two types of different data types. So what we are doing here, if you take the fruit analogy again, we are literally comparing apples with oranges, which is again not even like available, like not even exist, like does not even exist in our programming environment either, because you can compare same entity with the same entity. You cannot compare apples with the oranges. Okay, so that is why we are having the type error. So in order to resolve this, we do type casting. So what you can do here, instead of having this str, if I perform this int of, let's say, 34, this will just gonna turn into a 34 integer data type right now. So if I wrap this value with the int function, which is inbuilt in Python, it will just gonna evaluate to something, because this value right now is 34 in this case. Okay, so that is what we are having here. That is what is happening here. And there's nothing but it basically prompts a message. That's it. Please enter an integer, and that's it. Okay, so if x is less than 0, so x will be is equals to 0, negative. Okay, so like you can see here. So now coming to the control flow, how exactly it is working. So for the control flow, I know, like, I can literally write this code, but I'm being candid about what exactly my resources are and how exactly I would like. I can literally copy this up here. Okay, like let me actually copy this and let me actually paste it here. Okay, right. So if I run this, let's run this. So you can see, please enter an integer. So if I write 34, oh, so what exactly happened here? Let's see. So your if and else, like your condition of your condition flow, or your if else flow, like basically works with the if else and elif. I can literally remove these two right now, as of now, and if I remove those, like it will still gonna work. So if I say if x is less than 0, negative changes to 0, else it's a positive number. It is a positive number. Let's run this. So if I say 34, 43, it's a positive number. If I run this again, and if I say, like, let's say 90 or minus 90, negative changes to 0, right? And now, like, let's say, like, with this very scenario, let us say if I want to run this code, like let's say for 50 times, I would have to run this code over and over for 50 times. There's no escape for that, right? Well, in that case, what you can do, what if I just take this entire code and I have a keyword called def here, which basically helps you to define a function. If I can just write here, let's say I can literally, you can use the same variable naming convention methods which we just, like, discussed about here as well. So the definition, like let's say show number, and I'm going to off over here with the, like, camel case here. This is called camel case. And if I run this, and let's say if I put this here and I have to make this indentation as well, I will gonna come back to these indentation as well. But, like, let's say if I do this, and now if I run this, okay, that is fine. And now all I need to do here, I just need to invoke this function, show number, and there you go. And if I say 45 is a positive number, right? It is actually, it literally makes your life much more easier. Okay, so I will gonna come back to this again. Okay, now uh, for that, what if again? What if you have some different, like some different condition again? So let us say you've got here age as, let's say, 42 or 25, and let's say you've got the pin number as well, 0000, or not 00, like 1000. Okay, and you also have the name as well. Let's say in that case, like Max. So if age is greater than 25, friend is an adult. He's an adult. Wait, who adult? I would say. I know, like if he is more than 18, he's or adult, but you got my gist, right? Okay. And if I write here, like now, if I want to evaluate these two conditions as well, so instead of having if and else block, I can also have if and elif block too. So if I write here elif, and if I again, like it will again wanna work on the conditions. So if pin is equals to 1000, right? I can just write here print pin was correct. Elif name is equals to Max, and the name was right. Okay. Else, friend, no condition was right. Let's run this. So pin was correct, right? Okay, so this condition was definitely not correct because 25 is not greater than 25, right? And but for the pin, definitely we actually got it correct. But what if, like, what exactly happening with these spaces here? So these spaces are called white spaces, and in Python they do have some certain, like, no importance. So if I remove this, this is called indentation. So when I indent a block with two spaces, that is called one indent or one tab. So if I run this, there will be an indentation error. Expected an indented block. So again, if I put this back here again, there you go. It will be running just fine as it was before. Okay, so that is your condition flow. All right. So I'll be continuing from very this point, but in a way where we need some certain topics to learn about. Not in a way we just sit and just talk about the topic, because I guess like it will just gonna make this entire 5 day journey really not that much worthwhile. Okay, so yeah, so this is if we remove full stop, what do you mean by that? The full stop you mean, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like you can actually remove the full stop as well. I You mean by, I don't understand what exactly do you mean by Abhishek, your statement. So this is it for today, guys. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer those questions. So please let me know. No doubt. All right, Sheikh. This stuff is basic. Can we learn modules in pip? Yeah, this stuff is quite basic. Yeah, is this a pre-recording? No, it is not a pre-recording. I'm quite real here. And this stuff was covered by us, considering people are here who do not have any kind of coding background either. Okay. So, but it doesn't limit you. Okay, but it doesn't limit you to ask you questions here at all. Okay. Okay, so if you have any questions, even for not for those topics, because I know people are here who may have had some understanding about Python or any programming language before, then those people may have actually found it, like quite trivial here. And I totally get that feeling, like it's quite basic for them. but like I need to take care of those people too who never had any coding background or and never had coded any single line of code in their entire life. So this is something I need to take care of as well. I appreciate your patience there and also support. You stayed for this entire while, but I hope you can understand my situation too, right? In Python. So kindly tell me about the def. Def is a okay. Like let me actually say like def. Def helps you to define a function. So it basically helps you to define a function. That's it. That's what it does. So and like let's say, and you can actually name this as anything. Let's say if I say show name, we're gonna talk about this def again, and these parentheses are important. Again, you will just gonna go with this double, full column here. Let's say print my name is Gopal. Okay, and if I say show name, there you go. My name is Gopal, right? So def just enables you to write to store those set of instructions in a one single place, so you don't really have to write them over and over. Okay, you are an awesome. Thank you so much, the legendary bros. Software name can we use VS Code or Python? Right now, just use Collab. Honestly, don't use anything. Okay, and mm-mm. Sir, before you say we can't use apostrophe marks and etc., but now you're using full stop. Is there any condition is uh, science using Mr. Suspicious? I really don't get your question here. But exactly, I used apostrophe. Oh, okay, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. All right. So for the apostrophe, like for this one, I guess like that is what you are mentioning right now. So this is called double quoted string. Okay, so what you can have here is, I guess, like you may have had seen those cups which has one inside the other and inside the other, right? So you can literally have this and that analogy here as well. So if I say here, like let's say, if I write here, like let's say this sentence is, uh, I I am Iron Man. This is totally fine right now. If I run this will just gonna run as fine as possible. And now, but if I run this and if I say, if I remove this and if I say I am, now what is happening? This will just gonna turn into a disaster or an error. Why? Because right now, what we need to do here, a quotation can live with its pair. Right now we've got three quote like three single quotations, but we need four, right, to make two pairs. All right, so that is where it actually gets somewhat screwed up. Okay, so in order to not to let this mess happen, what we can do here, we can just now what we can do here, we can actually use double quotations. So a double quotation can enclose or can hold a single quotation quite easily. So when I write here I am Iron Man, here you go, and now it is fine, right? Okay, and similarly a double quotation cannot hold a double quotation either. Okay, so when I write this double quotation, it will again gonna give me the same error. So you can again extend it with the triple quotation. Okay, right? Okay. Okay. Software name. Just use collab. I guess I have answered it. It's kind of a method. What method? Thank you so much, Thirumalai. Respond to this, please. Which I need to respond. Why termination is not used? Which termination? Is Google Collab? Google from available? Okay, sorry. Is Google from available for the mark attendance or need to mark via web? I don't know. Uh, any more questions? No doubts till now. Okay, that's great. Come on, guys. I know this is quite trivial. I know, I get it. Right, it's quite trivial for people who have had some sort of basic understanding about Python. But yeah, समझा करो ठीक है ठीक है seriously समझा करो. And CPP termination is used to use so in Python. Why not? Okay, so Ramesh Ranam is asking me why am I not using semicolon, right? So semicolon can be used in Python too. Yes, we can. But for the CPP, you will gonna get a syntax error, but for the Python, you will not. So you can certainly use a termination or this here. So it will not gonna. But I have a habit of not using it. I know it's a bad habit, but I prefer to use it when I have n number of variables or lines to like separate from each other. So that is where I use. So I know like okay, this is somewhere it actually ends. This is somewhere it actually begins. That's it. So I am learning for the very first time, getting some confused. So please ask your confusions here, Megha. I'm here to answer. Please ask. Come on, ask me. Yeah, it's kind of a method. Sir, will oops will be taught in this? Yes. Sir, I don't understand when to use return when using functions. Well, in functions you use return when you have to return a function, when you have to return a function, when you have to return a value to your console with the help of a function. Okay. So like right now, like if I say define give me number, and if I return here any number, like let's say one. Okay, and again if I actually run this, value is equals to give me number, and if I run this, and if I print well, here you go, I got one here. But what if I don't have any return statement in my function? Well, in that case, it can actually be weird. So if I remove this return one, and if I run this print one, okay, and now like let's say well print, not print though, give me number. If I print now let's actually try to print the value. Print well none because we never returned any value here. So you need to return whatever you want to have for your like you need to return some value to in your console in order to store it in your variable. So that is why you need to have returns like keyword there. Thank you so much, Aisha, for your appearance here. The Google Docs form isn't accepting responses. Please, Brian, like so how to convert a string into a capital letters, capital letters, capital letters. Well, you can actually use string methods, I guess. So you can just simply go with here. Like let's say I am so small. Okay, and you can just say capitalize, or you can just say like the upper. There you go. And now he's so big. Come on, guys. Like programming is fun, honestly. Honestly, it's fun. If you just like brain teasing, it's a fun. It's an unending fun. And if you don't like it, it's a stress. It's an unending stress. Or maybe sometimes even like I shouldn't say this, but depression too. All right. So what about loops? We will gonna cover loops for sure. Don't worry. Thank you, Shivaratri.
Thank you. Sir, time is up.
Yeah. Okay. We are leaving. We are leaving. All right, guys. So I have to leave now. Okay. So thank you so much again for joining in. It's been wonderful. Like 1 hour 20 minutes, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you this time. Till then, please take care. Bye bye. Shabakat, good night, Shubhnatri, or whatever in the time zones you are in right now. Okay. Thank you. Bye.